Hi guys, I'm back with another edition of today's skill series. This is about HR certifications. Now, many professionals across different companies often ask me that in HR, what are the certifications that are there and which of these are of utility. Now, utility is a very generic term and mean different things to different people. Some view utility in this case to be means to get a better job. For some it is about enriching one's professional knowledge. To be honest, I after about say 5 6 years of passing out of my MBA degree, I was myself also searching for a few answers about HR certifications. To me at that time utility meant eligibility of employment in UK, and after wanting to upgrade my existing HR knowledge with something outside of what I know to to generate more options at work and so on. So I did my share of research on this subject. This video is a summary of those aspects and what I could gather. I hope it helps to those professionals who are searching for similar answers. Well, you know me, but for those who are viewing my channel for the first time, just reminding you, I am Udalak Banerjee. Uh, well, I have seen about 9 organizations overall, including my stint as a software engineer, mostly all 1 billion USD plus revenue holding organizations. I am a pass out from NIT Raipur in computer science engineering and subsequently PGDHRM from XLRI Jamshedpur 2012-14 batch. And in this context, I am also a pass out of CIPD level 7 advanced degree from UK. While I would talk about CIPD as a student experience, later, but this is for those who want to have a peek into the galaxy of HR courses running at this point of time. I have also classified this for you as to what these courses recommend as best for which category of people and overall employment value. Also, I have added my view in the end to give my individualized opinion. Um, CIPD level 7 I have pursued, and I can tell you if you search in LinkedIn for a job in UK, you'll find that most jobs ask for CIPD level 3, level 5, or level 7 as required qualification and mandatory qualification as it. So I have rated it as high. SHRM is also similar for US based jobs. SPHR is also something which is sought after by many of my friends and colleagues who have moved abroad to rate this as high and helpful in subsequent job description. World at work, I have seen some compensation and benefit oriented role holders to rave about this course. So if you are someone who wants to do this kind of compensation and benefit related certification, you can definitely look at that also. HCI and LinkedIn courses also I have done a lot. I mean, I think more than 300 of them. If you are a follower of me in LinkedIn, I think in my job post and profile sections, you will find a lot of these. These are good. I mean, surely helpful to learn a few things. But from an employment perspective, from a brand perspective particularly, it is not very helpful. I mean, that is what I have felt. But yes, content, if you can sell it in course of a discussion, during an interview or something, then that is a different matter. Now if you come to classify a top 4 from the galaxy of courses that I have just shown to you, basis say a scale and recognition, because you have to have some parameters basis which you do the classification. I think it is safe to say that CIPD, SHRM, HRCI and HCI are the most sought after ones. If you look at old ones, I mean the courses which were there in the past, then I would say that CIPD is hands down winner because it is it is there since 1913. It will be followed by SHRM, which was there in 1948, and it has been there since from that time. And also HRCI in 1976 and HCI is from 2001. But again, see, age may not be a very suitable criteria to judge courses, as sometimes people think aged courses, are outdated But that these courses have remained valid and sought after, does suggest a degree of customization that has come along with the way of standardization, etc., which also has come in. Plus the obvious brand enrichment that would have definitely happened over these years, which has kept them alive, and people have, because multiple people have taken these courses, so accordingly they would have talked about them to different of their friends and so on. So the market value of such kind of courses, which has been there for such a long period in time, taken by so many number of people, obviously that also has a value, and that is what I also give some weightage to. Cost. Well, I think most of my peers or even colleagues, when they rate or even think about some course to be done, they always think about cost, and I think they are right also. I mean, I also, when was looking to pursue some course, I was also looking at the cost aspect. Uh, Now, in these courses, I mean, all these four courses, it's very hard to actually compare, as number of courses by a single institute is many. SHRM has multiple different courses, and CIPD also has multiple different courses, level 3, level 5, level 7, level 7 L&D. So there are a lot of courses that are there. So collectively say this is, saying that this one particular course is more costly than other is a very difficult thing to say, because every particular course has a particular cost item attached to it, and also it depends on the exchange rate also, because these are mostly international courses. In terms of cost, though I feel that among these four, I think the CIPD is most costly, but then it is a 2 year course that I had opted, and it also has written examinations which are to be done in UK. Actually, I was looking for employment in UK with my wife being a doctor, and UK seemed a good career option. So hence I pursued it in first place, along with my inclination to learn more about UK laws, as I felt that UK laws had a single most profound effect on Indian labor laws, and so I wanted to understand the source. Now, while I have not pursued SHRM, HRCI, or PHR, but these are typical figures available in the website, so you can do a Google search also, you'll get these figures. So as I told you, that these courses have a particular utility market. Okay, CIPD is more for UK, SHRM more for US. You know, so you have to understand which particular market or area where you want to work in, and where these particular certifications would be more beneficial for you to find a job, or to learn about the labor laws existing in that particular area. So now that we know about the cost and the credential value, now we should look at the learning aspect. So the content depth. Now CIPD, I feel that has depth from critical evidence approach, ethics oriented, and it feels more like an MBA. Lots of content, exam, and grading by teachers after every assignment, etc. And if you don't pass, then you cannot move to the next assignment, and so on. So you have to re-have submit the assignment if you don't pass. So these things, and then there is the final examination that you have to go. It's a written examination, and you have to go to UK to give that examination. So all of these things are there in the part of the CIPD. SHRM is more of a situational judgment based, decision making based content kind of a thing. Okay, so HR business strategy with leadership skills and competency orientation, all of these things. If you are wanting these kind of things, then obviously SHRM becomes a good choice. HRCI is more of a US employment law, hence good for operational and rewards, etc. approaches in US. HCI is more for proprietary research and practitioner cases. If you are interested in all of those things, then also this particular thing can be also useful for you. As I told you, CIPD is more like an MBA degree. This is level 7. Then prior to that, there is level 3, level 5, and so on. It's more assignment based qualification with content, shared with you, and then you take the test, etc. So it's more of coursework oriented kind of a thing. SHRM is a scenario based exam, HCI knowledge based exam, HCI is a workshop based thing. So that's the difference. Important, because if you are investing money, you need to know whether in the end you will get the certificate or not. So how are the pass rates? Prior to booking the flight tickets for UK for giving the examination, I was frantically looking at the past rates because I was thinking that there is so much investment already done into the course, and then going to UK for preparing in the examination and all these things would be really costly. I mean, for the grace of God, it was a COVID year, so ultimately I did not need to travel, and I could give the examination from home only. Obviously, it was a very well administered examination because you can't open anything else during the time of the test. You have to give that with the camera on and everything else, and it's a proctored test that was administered in that year. And I think subsequently also, if, in previously also, I think CIPD you need to travel to the particular places where the exam centers are there. You can, I think there are centers in Dubai also, and also in UK and multiple other places. So it's important, because there is a lot of money that is to be invested to travel, and also so it's important to know what the pass rates are if you are actually thinking of doing a CIPD. So CIPD, I mean, there are multiple sources. Really, if you see, I mean, I did my research, so I thought that there are multiple places where this kind of information is available. Different websites share differently. Some of the websites, they show the pass rate as high because then the student who is a prospective, he would go and attend that particular course from that particular place. But otherwise, even if you look at the CIPD sources, I think it is hovers between 70 to 80%. Now, UK scoring metrics are a little challenging. Okay, it's a descriptive test. Okay, it's not an objective test. So you have to write elaborate answers. During that time frame. Hence, passing sometimes becomes a challenge because there are different agencies often show that there is about say 40% is a pass rate, and some of them also quote high like 91%, as you see in this particular slide. Also, there are multiple sources are showing quoting different things. But if you look at the CIPD, as a CIPD site itself, then it will say around 70 to 75% people pass. It may fluctuate from year on year, but it is typically around that. Yes, you can reattempt the test by paying and extending the course by around another 6 months or so on, because it happens on particular windows only. So you have to wait if you have to reappear, but there is a limit to that reattempt also. So you have to be very serious about it. So this is the pass rates in different exams, which is available in Google also. So I have not done PHR, SPHR, and SHRM, but this is what I have found about these particular courses also while choosing the course, and at the same time also, recently also did a Google search to understand how the rates are going on right now. See, the next thing that comes to your mind is, will the doing the course actually help? Because you're investing a lot of money, time, energy, resource. So will it actually help? Before answering whether it will be actually helpful to you or not, you have to understand that all these courses or agencies or institutes, you may say so, they these institutes, CIPD, HRCI, SHRM, and HCI, they all have multiple courses. Okay, some of these courses are for some category of professionals, basis their experience and the level of career that they are in. So you need to customize this you have to know which particular course which is suitable for you. Accordingly, you should opt for those particular course only. See, now comes to the impact aspect. So whether it will help you. See, what happens is, so if you have these kind of certifications and you are applying to the jobs to these particular markets, then it becomes easier because the ATS hits will show your resume. So the HR professionals who will be working in these geographies, they would also do a search about in their relevant job sites. So if your CV has these keywords, then obviously your CV will be flashed ahead of others. So they are, in that perspective, it will be helpful definitely for job getting. Interview credibility. See, CIPD carries the most weight in face-to-face interviews in UK, EU, Commonwealth. So hiring panel. So if they know that you have passed CIPD level 7, or so obviously it becomes a good in terms of candidate credibility. Okay, because they also know that it's not that easy to pass a CIPD level 7, and also it is a very elaborate course and assignment based course. So there would be multiple interactions, multiple course content assignments that you have already passed. Now, many senior US professionals hold both PHR and SPHR and SHRM, as courses. This overlap, signals both legal depth and strategic competency. So if there some people who have done both, I mean, many of my friends who are working in US, or my colleagues also who are working in US, they have done multiple certificates, because that helps. In consulting also it helps a lot, because it gives a good signaling effect to the client also. So you understand that, okay, as a consultant you also have that kind of a strategic depth. See, typically it depends on which stage of your career, that would define which course you should do. So if you are new to HR, obviously CIPD level 3 or say SHRM-CP, APHR, these kind of courses are good for you. So depends. I mean, what particular thing you are looking at. I mean, if your role is compliance and employment law heavy, then HRCI, HRCI, PHR and SPHR will be useful. So yeah, again, if you are, you want the deepest strategic and senior level credential, then obviously CIPD level 7, SPHR, SHRM, SCP, all of these things can be helpful for you. So you have to choose actually. This is the stage of your career. See, overall takeaways, if you look at it, CIPD wins on academic depth. SHRM is, broadest US resume signaling thing, teachers decision making and all. So if you like that, you can do SHRM. HRCI is, deepest on US employment laws. If you want to in-depth understanding of US employment laws, then HRCI, PHR, SPHR, these are helpful. HCI is, specialist add-on, like fast applied and best paired with journalistic credentials. So that's how you look at it. If you want to look at it, I will tell you. See, as such, I have not got a job basis CIPD level 7, but then to be very honest, I have not pursued it further also. Because you have multiple other steps also had to be done. So like you had to get the work visa, go there, give your CV, apply somewhere. But that I have not done, because I was no longer looking to relocate to UK. Although I pursued the course initially to do that, because wife settled there in Kolkata with assistant professor pediatrics, and then I was also not looking anymore to go abroad later. But yes, the course content was good, and I learned a lot of new things, and I also liked many new things in CIPD. Like say Michael Kelly Awards was there, so I had applied to that, and the interactions that I had with the panel there, then global recognition of participants that were there during that period in time, then making a presentation to them, presenting certain scenarios, and then giving a overall understanding of what I have learned through those presentations to the panel. Those were really good things, and I would really recall, and I feel that that was really beneficial. I was just telling that Michael Kelly Outstanding Student Award, so I was nominated and among the top five people pursuing the course at that point in time. The other names were also displayed in their website. So this was a screen grab of that. So then there was a panel discussion, interviews that happened. So all of that with the panel and the esteemed panel, and it was really nice, presenting myself to them and explaining my understanding in different cases. So that was really helpful.